When the weather looks threatening, it's time to set up a camping tarp over the fire pit. First, lay your tarp over the cold fire pit, approximately where you want it located, between two anchor trees. Now run the main support line for your tarp under the tarp, approximately halfway down the tarp. Pile up the rope at the tree on each end that you want to attach this to. Now we're going to go quite high up this tree. There's a lot of nice branches that are level. And we're going to use tarp poles, or you could use a golf ball retriever to get the line up much higher than you can reach. And this is the critical part to get the rope up high. I use a tarp pole, and I take the cable and I critical part for getting the rope up high in the tree. I use a tarp pole, and this is the critical part for getting the rope up high into a tree higher than you can reach. I use a tarp pole to get it up over a flat branch. Once I get it on that branch, I hook onto it and I can bring it down. And I'll do the other side the same way. So where the main line is, I also attach another cable so I can pull the tarp tight along the main line and attach it to the tree as well. Same for the other side. One end of the rope is tied tightly around the tree. And look how high the tarp is. Each of the four corners of the tarp has a guy line attached to a tree. And this is before the tarp is tightened up. The four corners are loose. The corner of this tarp is right up next to a tree, so I used a bungee cord to tighten that corner. I keep the guy line high enough so I can walk under it. The next task is to tighten the four corners up. The next task is tightening up the tarp to provide drain points. And I like using bungee cords for that because they're flexible and it still keeps the tarp tight enough. Still keeps the tarp tight enough in a wind. So I'm going to peg that down when the tarp is snug. I have a secondary line here that's going to go to the ground as well to bring this corner of the tarp down for drainage and to make it more stable in the wind. This corner has 2 cables, one to a tree and one to the ground. With 2 cables, you can move the corner of the tarp to where you need it. And here's the bungee cord for the drain line to the main part of the tarp. And here's the finished product. You notice how much clearance there is between the fire and the top of the tarp. As a finishing touch, I like adding waterproof solar-powered lights around the perimeter of the tarp, around the picnic table as well, for ambient lighting at night, so I don't have to use an unsightly lantern. This will keep you dry in the worst of the rainstorms.